Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I am going to be doing the Becky B Shell 7. I've done shells from this account before and I needed a little help again with the design of this home. I knew I wanted to do like a trendy modern home, kind of like one of those like magazine homes or like a home that is just highly upgraded or has a lot of fancy details. So first we are going to be starting off in this like entryway slash mudroom area. And if you're not familiar with a shell challenges, is somebody makes a shell and you can design it however you want, except for you can't touch the existing walls. So I could do a lot of like interior work, but I wanted to make this mudroom like larger or smaller. I wouldn't be able to do that. That would be breaking the challenge rules. Like you can have a building like on the slot, but it can't be like directly touching these walls that come with the shell challenge. So you quickly saw that I had a little pop-up at the beginning of the video showing like kind of like the starting point, or if you seen my thumbnail for this video you would see like kind of like the beginning point of this build. And so for this mud room I wanted to go for modern in this mudroom area, and I wanted the cabinets to correlate with the counters I was planning on using in the kitchen. I didn't go pack crazy in this build. I did use kind of some random packs. So if you're curious what those packs are, you can check the description and it has all the information. And while you're down there, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean so much to me and it would just help me grow. I am just a small content creator here on YouTube, and I just want to give a big thanks to those who have already subscribed. It really does mean a lot to me. So we are now in the kitchen, and this kitchen I wanted to have like a pop of color, and I said in the gallery description for this build that I wanted to imitate some popular trendy kitchens or just a house in general that I've seen. And so that's kind of like where the pop of green came in. It's like a modern, but it's like earthy. So we are just going to be adding some upper cabinets. I just add upper cabinets on this wall with the refrigerator and the stove top because of the other wall just has windows from side to side, but I wanted to put the windows up higher because of the medium wall height. I don't know if like the original shell was medium wall height. It might just be like the original house that was on this lot was medium wall height, and so it just kind of translated over into this build having medium wall height. But I think it gives good privacy since this is probably a hot space for your Sims to hang out in. They do say the kitchen is the heart of the home, so we are just going to be adding some light switches, which is something I don't normally add into a house, but I was also trying to go for realism with this house, and I do add a security system to this house. It's like right by the stairs. I feel like it was a good place to put a security system because it's like where the bedrooms are, it's like quick access, and I'm glad I did because when I was like playtesting slash taking pictures for the end of the video, I I got robbed, and I'm glad I had the security system. It's one of the cool base game updates that they added recently, if you weren't aware. And so now we are in the living room. I kind of talked over the dining room area, but I just wanted it to be very cohesive with the kitchen. And I do want to mention that I do switch the floors out in this house. I wanted to go for like a modern color, but I feel like it just made it look too dark after I took the pictures. So I do change the floors to be a more lighter color, and I feel like it does help with like the modern style I was going for. So you have just made a little sectional for like a big like movie night, maybe like a sports night can be like holded here. This is a 2 bedroom, or 2.5 bath home, so there's plenty of space for these Sims to host like house parties of some sort, and there's like plenty of like dining space. So we are just going to be adding some items onto the side table, and then we're going to be finishing up this like main living space, and we're going to be going into the office slash like a makers center. I recently got the Crystal Creations stuff pack with the like spring sale that was going on, and so I wanted to use some of these items. I realized that doesn't really go with my like modern style, but I tried to like still make it flow well. So I might be doing a only base game and Crystal Creations build sometime in the future. So make it slow corner in the living room, a little art zone, and I'm just going to be adding some like newspapers, or it's a rug, but it looks like newspapers from the cats and dogs pack. I didn't choose the one with the stains on it because it just looked gross, and so now we are going to be adding some artwork into the living room. I didn't put much artwork in this entire house, and even those artwork pieces get switched around because I wanted to add a fireplace to this home because there is a chimney on the exterior, and if you have a fireplace and a chimney, you can like they connect, and then when the fireplace is on, the chimney like goes on. So that's unnecessary explaining, but I'm just going to be in the office slash makers area. I did originally go for a laptop, but I only used 2 items from the Discover University pack. I realized this when I was done recording, and that is on the more expensive side of packs. So I did get rid of the laptop and replace it with more of a normal computer. It just kind of made sense. And obviously, if you want to play in this home, you can switch it out, but it just made sense to have a laptop because of all those like different work pieces on the table, and so it made sense to like have an item that was easy to take on and off. So we are just quickly in the backyard. This isn't a large backyard. I actually downsized this lot. Originally, this home was built on like a 30x20 lot, and pretty sure this is smaller than that. It's definitely smaller than the original size lot, and so I made a tiny backyard. Honestly, I don't know if like this family would be out here too much, but I did want to have some like more functional gameplay items. So I have a lot of these like garden bed vertical items, and I feel like it does help because of like the fishbowl windows I put in the living room. And now we are in the second level. First, we're going to be working on this like landing space, and you see I made a little book nook area, and there's two reasons why I did this. One is because I didn't want to get rid of the wall that was separating the the space from the landing area, and so I made this little like open cutout area. And the second reason it is because I wanted to use this new bookshelf that came with the crystal creations. So we are just going to be adding some curtains into the like stair area, and now we're going to be adding some plants and a rug. And I do put like a standing plant on the corner, but it does switch to the other side by the pictures of leaves. And I didn't catch this in the moment, but the pictures are like being covered by the plant because of I didn't realize it was placed so low, and I forgot to change that before it was put on the gallery. So I kind of feel silly for doing that, for not like remembering to change the pictures. So we are just going to be working on the hall bath. This is designed for twins that will be using this bathroom, and then the primary bedroom has its own ensuite. So we are just going to be adding some little bathroom items. I wanted to have this like be centered, but like I couldn't like figure out how to like make it feel purposeful, and so that's why there is a laundry basket on one side and a trash can on the other. And we are just going to be adding some little bathroom clutter items. This is a pretty simple bathroom in here, and it's a little bit bigger than the normal bathrooms that I do. So we are just going to be adding some more light switches on the first level, and then we're going to be adding some on the second level. And I didn't really talk about the half bath on the first level, but so I'm just going to do that real quick. I wanted this bathroom to be very trendy. I feel like the trendy thing right now is to like really go crazy in your powder bathrooms or your laundry room, and this home doesn't have a laundry room, and so I wanted to go a little crazy with wallpaper in the powder room. So the little explanation about powder room is done. Now we are in the second bedroom, which is designed for twins. Something I noticed in like design shows when they're like trying to sell a house is that they'll put two beds in a room to like show that you can have like more than just one person or one sim in a bedroom. So I kind of wanted to replicate that idea and have two bedrooms or two beds in this one bedroom. And so I have a pink side and a yellow side. I was imagining that these would be kind of more like tweens. At least one of them would be a tween, and then the other one would be a child. So we are just going to be making a little clothing storage area for their clothes, and then we are going to be adding some more personal details into this bedroom. So we're just gonna be adding a mirror on the side by the door, and then we do add another laundry basket into this area. So we are just going to be putting some little clutter items in a way. I wasn't imagining that those bins would have like towels. I imagined it would kind of be more like a sock drawer or basket for these Sims. And now we're just going to be adding some of those personal items. This family does have a dog, and so I wanted to put a lot of like dog related items in this bedroom. I felt like these kids would be dog lovers, so we are just going to be adding a lot of items from the cats and dogs pack, mostly from for the like wall decorations. I did use the arches from cats and dogs on the main living space, and so we're just going to be adding some artwork, not artwork, but like some posters for these Sims to kind of like demonstrate the two personalities. Although one bedroom has a window against it, the other bed has a window against it. So where I put the pink bedroom personal items is by the mirror. So we are just going to be adding some or not some dressers, these are side tables that I'm adding, and I'm just going to be kind of personalizing them just slightly. I didn't want to like overdo it, and I do actually get rid of these lights because I wanted to add some like sconces above the beds, and there's these cool sconces from the Eco Lifestyle pack that I went with. So we do add some backpacks in the mudroom area, and please make sure to use bb.move objects before placing this house down because some of these items might disappear. I had the pink backpack disappear on me, and so I don't want that to happen to you. So we are just going to be adding some more personal items on the side tables because I replaced the lamps with sconces, and I do add a pink bunny for the pink bed, and then I add some more little items on the yellow side. I was imagining the yellow sim would be the tween, and then the pink bed would be a child still. So we are now in the final area of the video, which is the primary bedroom. I keep the sconce theme going on into this room, and I wanted this like black and like wood theme to be in the bedroom as well because in my mind the parents personally picked out the cabinets in the kitchen, and so it's kind of like had this theme kind of be transitioned into their bedroom. And so we are just going to be adding some curtains by on the window wall, and there is a private balcony off of this bedroom. I built this next to the pancakes house, and for some reason when I like get into like game mode, their house is like their older house that came like in the original base game. It didn't like update for some reason, and so I wanted to kind of like mirror image the balcony off of their house with balcony on my house. So we are just going to be adding some mirrors and going to be adding some artwork into this bedroom. And now we are in the primary bathroom. This is a pretty simple bathroom for how big I made it. I did want to have a separate shower area from the tub area, and I feel like having this big picture window above the bedrooms is something trendy I'm seeing recently, and so I wanted to replicate that in my own way. So we're just going to be adding the shower and the toilet, and then I do add another window in this room because I felt like that wall just looked too big and too empty, but I wasn't like sure what art to put on there, so I decided to go for a window, and I was going back and forth between a window or artwork but before I started recording this video, so I finally decided to like with the window to make it a window, and we are just going to be adding some rugs so your Sims don't slip, although your Sims can't really like slip out of the shower or out of the bathtub, but I feel like it kind of helps break up the hexagons going on in this bathroom. So we are getting close to the end of the video. We're just quickly going to be going on to the balcony, just going to be adding a few little like decorative, like skill building items out here. I want to make a little hangout spot. And like I said, we are getting close to the end of the video, so if you enjoyed watching, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I post new videos every single Tuesday. If you want to play in this home, you can check out the description. And if you have any build ideas for me, please make sure to leave them down in the comments. If you want to play in this home, all of the information will be down in the description. So I will see you all next week for another video. Bye!